Let's continue downsizing in a bathroom. Today we're going to look at the dreaded first aid drawer. We all have one. Chances are there's a lot in there we don't use, and there might even be some expired things. So let's take a look. And I like to do something like this with the end in mind. So I'm thinking, in my new space, where will I plan to store this? And I know I have a tall pantry cupboard where I can keep plastic bins like this and easily see them. I may even choose to label them. And this one I've decided I'm going to allocate for first aid. It makes sense. About this much, I can probably fit the essential Band-Aids and ointments that I need, but beyond that, it would be excessive. So I've chosen my bin, and that is all I'm going to bring is what fits in here. So I'm going to start by taking everything out. I happen to keep like disposable razors in this drawer. I have a lot of like similar type items, an Aquaphor spray and a tube. I have some different creams, hydrocortisone, things that I use. Then I have a lot of different Band-Aids and gauze pads that have been collecting over time. So I'm going to pull all of those out, including like tape and there's aloe vera in here. I'm going to pull it all out on the counter. And then I'm going to consider what it is I think I might want in terms of Band-Aids. And I want something that I can hold Band-Aids in. You don't just want to throw them in the bottom of this box. I have this like really old vintage Band-Aid tin that I've had for 30 years and it works well for me. So I'm going to fill that with Band-Aids that are just versatile and everyday. I have like butterfly closures. I probably don't need these. If I run into a need for them, I know I can always pick them up somewhere. So those I'm going to leave behind. And I'm going to just build sort of an assortment of the different sizes I need. Basic, some medium, some small. Remember, if you don't choose all the right Band-Aids, you can always buy more at the grocery store or the drugstore. So here I've created my good assortment of Band-Aids. Then from there, I have all these large gauze pads. I certainly hope I don't have a need for large gauze pads. I think I'm going to bring 2 of them just in case, but beyond that, I can't imagine that I wouldn't go and buy more if the need arose. I do like to have some tape, whether it's, for a blister or holding on a Band-Aid or something. So I'm going to bring these 2 rolls of tape. And one thing I like to point out is you can easily put little jars, this is an old jelly jar, inside a bin like this in order to create additional dividers. So you don't have to go out and buy more plastic storage. You can just use little things that you have around the house. This is perfect for floral vases maybe you've received over the years and you're like, what do I do with this? Well, if you can clean it and use it as sort of a subdivider, that's a really good choice. So I like doing that. I personally also like doing that with disposable razors because I can put them in a glass jar, take them out of the packaging, and they take up a lot less space this way. So as soon as they come in my house, I open up the package and sort of decant them into something like this. So I actually have room for this in my first aid space. I'm going to put it there. Then I'm going to double check my ointments. I'm going to look at, okay, yep, I still use that and it's not expired. Oh, that one is very expired. Let's leave that behind. Yep, I'll keep the hydrocortisone. So I've really limited the number of ointments I'm going to bring. I actually don't use either of these. Perfect time to leave them behind. I probably want the aloe vera. Check the expiration date on it. It looks like it's still good, so yes, I'm going to bring that. And suddenly I've got all I need down into this one little space. And that's actually really easy to drop right into a moving box. You don't have to wrap up these individual items as long as there's nothing in here that's going to break. So there you go.